Life is full of conflict. Conflict over trying to convince others our point of view is the correct one, as in matters of opinion, or that we are the ones in charge, as in matters of power, or that we deserve to be taken care of, as in matters of survival. So, what's behind all of this?
Life is driven by postulates. A postulate is a desire, a goal, or a purpose. It's not a terribly complicated thing, a postulate. You could just as easily call it an intention, and it would suit our purposes in understanding TROM, as well as life in general. If you want the attention of a member of the opposite sex, you are making a postulate. If you are interested in a subject of study, you make a postulate to learn it. We want others to help us with our goals. We feel more comfortable around others who have the same convictions we do. And when we aim to influence others, create things, share new ideas, and so on, we meet with resistance. This is life. It's a game. In TROM, we deal primarily with 4 basic postulates which help us not only resolve the mind, but understand life. These 4 postulates are: to know, to not know, to be known, and to not be known. Every postulate you make carries with it an element of one or more of these 4 basic postulates. When you see something you want to know it. When you want someone to like you, you want to be known to them. When you don't like someone, you want to not know them. When you are hiding from someone, you want to not be known. When you have a friendly conversation with someone, you want to be known to them. You want them to know you. When postulates are in agreement with each other, they are known as complementary postulates. When a postulate is thoroughly complemented, that postulate vanishes. When I want to be known to you, and you then know me, my desire for you to know me diminishes. When I want something and I get it, my desire for that thing diminishes. When I get rid of something I don't want around me, it no longer annoys me. The game is over, and the postulate ends with it unless I postulate that same thing again. In contrast to this, we have an argument. I want you to agree with my postulate, and you disagree with it. Either I will convince you that I'm right, or you will convince me that I'm wrong. Or both of us may stop talking to each other, with the conflict unresolved. In voluntary games, you and I agree to have a conflict just to have some fun, like if we were to play chess, or a sport, or something like that. In a compulsive game, the conflict is enforced by one or both parties, and instead of the game ending with a friendly agreement on who wins or who loses, one person forces another to agree with their postulate by overwhelming them with it. When you make a postulate, I can agree with it, disagree with it, overwhelm you into agreeing with my postulate instead, or be overwhelmed by yours. Or, the conflict could just continue until the end of time, if only in my mind and in yours. And in this compulsive gameplay, whether I overwhelm you or you overwhelm me or the conflict just continues, is the very thing that glues the soul to the mind, and hinders our happiness, our well-being, and our freedom as spiritual beings. TROM therapy aims to relieve you of the suffering caused by playing compulsive games in life.
TROM Level 1 exercises ground you in the present, so you're prepared to face the past. TROM Level 2 exercises reduce the impact of people and objects from your past in your mind by having you compare them to objects in the present. TROM Level 3 has you confront the past and the present simultaneously, so you can release the effect of past events from your psyche. TROM Levels 4 and 5 are precision exercises aimed at zeroing in on times you overwhelmed others and they overwhelmed you, and the conflicts that occurred in between those overwhelms.
The more you progress up the TROM levels, the less upsetting your past becomes. You will end your compulsion to play games, and enter into a state where games are played voluntarily, or there is no game at all if that's what you prefer. And that is what we mean when we talk about resolving your mind, resolving your spiritual condition, and attaining greater levels of spiritual freedom.
You don't need to be any sort of genius to do these exercises. You don't have to go to years of college to learn all the psychological theories mankind has dreamt up. You need not hire a therapist or see a minister. With the data on this channel that we offer you, you have the power to resolve your own mind and spiritual condition, working by yourself, paying no one and answering to no one, and working in secret if you like.